There's a lot of our pilgrims wandering around on the shore here of the Sea of Galilee, enjoying the sunrise and just remembering where they are. Have a busy day planned for today. So they got bike racers on the road today, and the whole road's getting closed down. So we had to leave our hotel early today so we could get across the street and not block the bike racers. So we're walking to our bus about a half a mile. So what a Sabbath day elevator is you can't push a button. So what if you're on the 17th floor of a hotel? How do you get to your floor? You go up the steps, right? Well, what they've done is also made a way to get around the law. It's called a Sabbath day elevator, and it automatically stops and opens and closes on every floor. So if you push the button, it doesn't do anything. You got to wait for it. It comes down on the first floor, opens, you get on. It's going to go to the second floor, open, wait, close, third floor, open.
From heaven, says the Lord, whoever eats this bread will live forever. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. When he saw the crowds, he went up this mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
So I feel a little intimidated to be on your bus, and then he's listening, and then he's going to follow me with
We're the fun bus.
with the fun bus. Awesome. Well, I think I've met everyone, but just in case, I'm Father Ryan Lewis. I'm a priest of the Archdiocese of Omaha. I've been a priest for 20 years. I was ordained in June of 1999. I'm what they call
So I'm Father Andrew Schwinke from the Diocese of Lincoln. As many of you know already, I've been able to talk to you. But yeah, my story, I grew up in Minden, Nebraska. So it's about 2 hours west of Lincoln, kind of in the Kearney area, if you know where that is. Small town. Grew up on a family farm about 15 miles outside of Minden. And growing up, my mom was a school teacher.
After about an hour of driving, we arrive in Banyas. This is Caesarea Philippi, Matthew 16. This is the water, headwaters of the Jordan River that flow out from underneath this rock at Caesarea Philippi, where Jesus said, "You are rock, and on this rock I'll build my church. And the gates of hell," right there, "will not prevail against it." So we're here at the rock of Caesarea Philippi, foothills of Mount Hermon. Look at that. This is why Jesus came here, because of this great backdrop. And there was a cave right there that you see. It had water. That was considered the gates of the netherworld, the gates of hell. There was a big white marble temple there. I'll show it to you. And here's where they had Pan, the god Pan. That's why this place is called Panias or Banias. And people used to come and worship and bow down to these pagan gods. And Jesus used this as a backdrop to what his kingdom would be, and the vicar of Christ who would be in charge with the keys. That's why I love bringing people here, to show them this and give them my talk. Peter, the rock and the keys. Bring Simon to Jesus. Jesus said, "Oh, Simon, nice to meet you. Your name is going to be Kepha." He knows you don't know what that means. So in parentheses, it says, which means rock. When Jesus first meets Simon, he tells him his name is going to be Rock. Up here, he gives him the name Rock. Kepha, translated Petros, in English Peter.
So when she just crawled on that rock and cried and sobbed and kissed the rock, or she kissed this rock that Jesus pointed to, it was just very special. And so it's hard to say what age. A couple years ago, we had a family trip, and we had quite a few skeptical young people, like between 18 and 24, coming on the trip.
We're on our way up into the mountains of Golan. We're in the Druze area, D-R-U-Z-E, and we're on our way to lunch. There goes the goat yogurt, called lebna. Goat yogurt first goes on the bread, and a little olive oil, and then the za'atar herb. Then it's wrapped up tight and put on the grill to get warm. And there's the sandwich. Well, we sure filled up this little Lebanese restaurant here. Eating outside. Glad it's good weather. There's David delivering another one. You like the sandwich so far?
That's interesting.
Good. Druze bread. Here's a Druze bread sandwich. And there's a falafel. What's left of a falafel?
Very good.
There's the falafel. Oh, there's the remaining Druze bread. And here's the chef. Here's our chef helping us make the sandwiches. You guys like it all right?
Wonderful. Excellent. Tell him sometime.
We're now overlooking the border with Syria, the country of Syria. We've been here before with our groups when we could see the smoke puffing up from bombs going off right over in that village called Kenetra, because the Nusra front of the ISIS was blowing up and killing Christians right over there. So we're looking out now at the border with Syria, running all along there, and we're going to talk about what's going on in the Middle East, the United States' involvement in it, and what we can do for the Christians. Going on his journey on the road to Damascus, as soon as he gets over that hill, Damascus is just over the other side of that hill, he got knocked to the ground. And I've been there a good number of times, and I remember stopping there, and I just wept when I thought of what Jesus did there for this Pharisee who was hostile to us. And in a moment, in a click of an eye, he had a total conversion. In a way, no, because he was ready to die for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob before. He was even more so ready to die for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob after, but he just found out there was a new game plan. Jesus was the Messiah.
Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, give thanks for bringing us to this place today. We ask that you be with the Christians of this land. Protect them, guide them, give them strength, give them faith, give them draw them closer to you.
We drove back to Tabgha, which is back on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. This is a church of the multiplication of loaves and fish, and Amr is explaining the history of the church. And then we're going to go inside and see the place where Jesus multiplied loaves and fish. Amr is explaining the church of Tabgha, the multiplication of loaves, and I'll show you where we're going to go and what the folks are going to see next. This is the place where the multiplication of loaves took place. And there's a rock under the altar up here, which marks the place where the miracle actually happened. And that's it right there. And there is the ancient mosaic from the 5th century. I'll show you a picture of that up close in just a moment. And yes, Jesus did do a real miracle here. He didn't just teach people to share, he multiplied the loaves and fish. We've arrived at the church, the sacred Primacy of Peter. And this is where Jesus, after his resurrection, met them up here on the Sea of Galilee, which is right around the corner here, and where he fed them loaves and fish. And this is the Mensa Christi, the table of Christ, where he fed them breakfast. See? Mensa Christi, the table of Christ. This is where he fed them the bread and fish in John chapter 21. I love giving my talk here on John chapter 21. Now, the other apostles would have said to Peter, "Oh, so you think you're the head of the church? We were there when you denied Jesus. You are not going to follow. We're not going to follow you." But when they were there in front, and the charcoal fire was right there, and they heard the 3 questions in front of another charcoal fire, those other apostles would never challenge Peter, because they saw Jesus retrieve him and give him a chance to redeem himself by answering those 3 questions with a response of love. Isn't that cool? Well, there's our 3 buses unloading here at the Magdalena restaurant. Look at that wonderful group of folks all coming in here to the restaurant. And we're now at the Magdalena. And this is one of our favorite restaurants in the world. So you see it there, Magdalena. They had a beautiful fish tankers that come in, and one of the best wine selections in the country. Look at that. And Magdalena, here's all our friends. We got the whole restaurant to ourselves tonight. Here's the bar. Hello, Samir. Good to see you. And great bar here if anybody wants drinks. And these are our tables. Look at that. This is a beautiful restaurant, not a buffet tonight. Elegant food, best of wines. Whole restaurant is for us. Here we come. There's Amir. There's Amir directing everyone, and there's Amir's wife. Oh, bye-bye. Yay! Can I have your attention? I want to bring out the chef. His name is Zuzu, a local Christian. They're standing up to applaud. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Everybody loved it. They're all clapping and applauding, and it was a wonderful meal tonight. We had a comedy club on all the buses on the way home, and we got back to the hotel and ready to go to sleep. Thanks for joining us.